Hello and welcome back to the Grog Hoarders. It's me, it's Paddy, and you join us on another episode of the Tales of the Unsinkable. Yes, that's right. We are back again on this extremely dying game, and I do believe there was an update. Yes, there was an update. And I think it was an update that only added in one feature. Yeah, I think it's that update, or is it? I don't know. I know garrisons are here. We should maybe have a wee look at the garrisons, Jacob, today.
I've yet to join. I'm actually having a little bit of issues getting the game.
We are joined here by Oscar Finch, by the way.
Yes, Oscar Finch, that is I.
How are you, Jacob?
Thank you. Oh, I'm alright. How about yourself?
You know, the usual.
Same old song.
The usual.
Lots of cheery things going on in the world at the moment. And by cheery, I mean, Shit, dire, tragic. But alas, that's not what we're here for. We're here to distract ourselves from that.
We're here to play games. How are you getting on, Jacob?
Dying game. Not too well. I'm gonna give it another try in just a few seconds.
Well, allow me to, while you're doing that, allow me to peg a new idea into the little thoughts of everyone. No, it's a new idea. When I say it's a new idea, I've worked on it and it's nearly finished. Jacob, you don't know this, but we're starting reviews.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, I have just recorded a Resident Evil Requiem review. And I'm currently in the process of editing that just to get the YouTube channel a little bit more oomph, you know, keep her lit going while we're in this sort of like dead zone where we don't know what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to put out some content, even if it's a little bit of filler, I suppose.
Exactly.
Until we figure out a next step to take.
I've had this idea because I mean, Jacob, you have lifey things. You have life, so you don't really get to play an awful lot of games anymore.
No.
And anytime you do play a game, you play a dead game, which is this one, with me, which, thanks for that. But on the other hand, I do have a lot of free time in my hands, so not as much anymore, but I still have more free time than you do. And I have sort of thought, well, do you know what? I play a lot of games. I have an opinion about said games. Why not voice them on the YouTube?
And then have other people now know your opinion and perhaps resonate with it.
Yes, exactly. Well, look, they definitely won't complain about my Resident Evil Requiem review because I just gave it a glowing review.
I'm certain almost that everyone who played that likely did.
If anyone wants a spoiler about what score I gave it a 9 out of 10.
Well, sounds like it must have been an excellent experience then.
Exactly. You've joined. Excellente.
Well, I'm still on the loading screen for me, but...
But, yeah, so that review I hope to get out by the weekend. Depending on how busy I am. Perhaps Saturday. I'm hoping I'm getting it out on Saturday. So go over to YouTube and check that out on Saturday.
Well, I'll make sure to give it again to myself.
Definitely I'll be sending it into our private Discord, Jacob, so don't you worry. If anybody wants to join our private Discord, the join code is... No, I'm joking. I think Ben would have something to say about that. You're in?
That I am, yes.
Right, shall we board up and get to our proceedings for the evening?
I believe so. It looks like you're already taken everything out of the tavern as well, when it comes to possible supplies. Now, we only have just an hour for our gaming news segment, and also getting some productivity done,
It's
so
okay,
we
we
should
better
probably
hurry
jump
up.
right to it.
Yes. So let's head on out, and we shall get to it. Where are we going to go? Let's go somewhere. But look, while you are guiding us out, Jacob, and setting sail.
Patty,
Yes,
the fuck is Servant Oath Garrison?
that's a garrison. That's new. It's like a fort on steroids.
I see that. Well, I don't quite feel like trying to tackle that in only 1 hour's time. That sounds like a pain.
That sounds like a Tuesday night thing.
Yeah, definitely.
But look, as I was saying, so while you set us sail into whatever direction you want to go, I think now we should post a letter in the post office of debate on just outside. Sorry, we should put a letterbox in the We should post a letter in the letterbox of debate in the post office of chat on Conversation Street, aka the news. Jingle plays, and that's it. We don't have a we don't have a jingle yet. I've been too busy working on Resident Evil Requiem. So, shall we see what is in the gaming industry? What's happening in the gaming world at the minute?
I may as well. Surely there's something exciting going on.
Well, Xbox reveals codename for the brand new next-gen console.
Oh, so they actually are making one after all.
They are... Oh, have you not heard about this?
Oh.
Well, apparently Xbox has taken... Since Phil Spencer very graciously departed, aka fired, last week... retired. Fired.
Retired.
See,
Refired.
Tomato,
What have
tomato.
you? He's gone.
Gently pushed out. So this new
Out of a window.
CEO has come in and has basically said that she's returning Xbox back to the way it was. So that means we're going back into console exclusivity. We're going into console games and the new console systems. So the Xbox codename is Project Helix.
Project Helix.
Project Helix.
interesting.
Which is going to be the next Xbox, which is set to come out around 2028, 2030, or maybe 2030, actually.
Do they
with
talk about
the
any of
RAM
the specs?
shortages. No specs just yet. We've just got the codename. Yeah.
Oh, I wonder how much of an improvement they can really have of the Xbox Series X in this new generation of console. I mean, I'm not the most technologically apt, but I'm not sure, if they can really keep boosting graphics over and over and over again, or at least the capacity for running them, because they've already hit their peak with quite a few games, it feels like, nearly.
Exactly.
And it just becomes all the smaller bits of quote-unquote progress towards that end, where to the point it's, what's the opposite of exponential? If you remember the term?
Deficit.
No, that's just going
Tanking.
down. Something is gradually shrinking over time instead of growing over time
Yeah.
at a fixed rate. Well, I'm just going to say it's a reverse exponential in terms of how much progress they're actually making in leaps and bounds towards developing better graphics. Because the graphics can only really get so good before you can barely tell a difference between the quote-unquote current gen and the next gen.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, who knows? I think we'll reach unless the next console plays on holograms, the difference will be very minute. I don't think. I mean, I wouldn't be the biggest fan of Xbox anyway, so it's fine. But moving swiftly on, sad news, Jacob.
Oh?
Highguard.
Okay, hit me with it.
Highguard is shutting down after only a month and a half.
That's not the quickest a game has ever shut down.
Concord!
That shut down after how many days?
It shut down after a week, Jacob. Not even a week. Yeah, so Highguard is shutting down. This has been quite a sore point in gaming over the past few weeks. And the fact Highguard released, no one played it because nobody gives a fuck, and the developers were trying to quickly scramble to save it, but unfortunately not. And apparently, it's getting one last content update before it shuts down at the end of this month. Which is basically releasing the content that they were working on for the next season.
Honestly, from what I understand of that game and its developers, one of the quotes within the first few days of launch is that the player count, allegedly didn't matter.
Yep.
Now, evidently, it very much matters, considering they're now shutting down the game, and I presume they have no one playing it whatsoever.
Exactly.
Which is disappointing for the fact that the game was meant to be original and innovative, but evidently it's not. At least not enough in their mind to make it worth its salt and keeping around.
Yeah, exactly. Well, rest in peace, Highguards. We never played you. We didn't have any interest to play you, and apparently no one else did. So, bye.
Maybe a couple hundred people might miss the game.
Yeah, or I think you're being generous. It's like 10. But it is getting replaced by another game by different developers that apparently has been released to quite good reviews called Marathon, which is similar-esque. It's just done everything that it's taken everything that Concord and Highguard has done wrong and has made them right, and apparently it's actually not bad and people are actually playing it. Holy Jesus, I can't read that one out. That one's very interesting, but it's not. I don't think it's worth it mentioning on stream. I can read it out if you want. It's about a certain president using a game to promote a certain thing that's happening in the world at the minute.
Oh, I already know the details of that to some degree, only due to some.
Is it worth talking about?
I mean, it is like adjacent to gaming news, but at the same time, do we want to touch on real life politics?
Well, we'll touch on it very briefly in the fact that what's happening is President Donald J. Trump has decided he is going to use Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 to promote the military operation in Iran.
Okay, that's not what I was going to presume you were going to mention. That is... What the fuck? Okay! Yeah,
exactly.
Let's not dwell on that. What?
Yeah. That's what's happening, and it's shit. But anyway, keep moving on. PC, let me see, that's not that one. More Highguard stuff. Oh, okay. Big game coming out midway through this month. Crimson Desert.
Ah, you did mention that one before.
Yep, it's one of my most anticipated games of the year.
Now, how much is it being priced at again? Just $59.99? I do believe.
54 quid.
Ah,
in and around
$59.99 for Americans, most likely.
Yeah, about $60. Yeah, so what's happened is it's come under some scrutiny.
Really?
In the fact that the fans are saying that the fans are, or some of the people of interest have pointed out that the Crimson Desert gameplay demos and everything that's been shown has only been showcased on PC, and there has been no console gameplay of it. So people are starting...
actually releasing on consoles?
Yes, it is. And people are getting a little bit skeptical, and people are getting a little bit worried, and have been voicing a concern. And the lead developer had a total crash out on social media because he was getting
crash out?
Yep, he had a complete crash out in social media because he was getting increasingly pissed off with the amount of people who were basically accusing the game of being a scam and saying that it's going to release like Cyberpunk, a broken, buggy mess, and it's all worrying that none of these people, none of this gameplay is showing on consoles, so that doesn't bode well. Well, he has had a massive rant about it and says that's absolutely not going to be the case. So, who knows?
I would imagine, just to, in his defense for a quick moment, of course, when you're trying to sell a product, when you're trying to sell a piece of entertainment, a good medium that is meant to be enjoyed, you're going to show it off in its best state. Any car commercial is usually using some type of 3D animation, bullshit, CGI, what have you, to make the car look spectacular. They're not actually using real footage. Or if they are, they're heavily modifying it.
Exactly.
Same can be said with video games making custom trailers that don't even show actual gameplay sometimes, or perhaps just polishing what the gameplay actually looks like. I think in this case, they're choosing to use PC because, quite frankly, it's going to, of course, have the best graphics that are possible for the game. So why wouldn't they show that one off primarily?
Exactly.
Just because...
Look, I will say, I am not going into this completely won over and like, oh my goodness, this is going to be the best thing since sliced bread. I'm not going into this game. I'm actually quite skeptical because the game is fucking ambitious. Now, every single reviewer, every single person, a lot of people has had hands-on gameplay now. They had this big press event there a few weeks back, and a lot of people were there, and a lot of people had played 7 hours of the game, and they have all said that the game lands. Like, the game has gone out and has accomplished everything it says it was going to do. So apparently the game is going to be phenomenal. But like I said, it's hard to tell, really.
It's hard to buy.
It's hard to tell. It could be a broken piece of buggy it could be broken. It could be like Cyberpunk. It could be... Look, we just have to be cautiously optimistic.
Right.
Is the best way. What the fuck? We just have to be cautiously optimistic about it. Because, like I said, I don't think a game is going to be... is going to be this detailed and this scale. Apparently they released some statistics, and apparently it is going to take nearly 2 hours to transverse the map on horseback.
Okay, quick question, if you don't mind looking this up. How long did it take you to traverse the map on horseback in, say, Red Dead 2?
I will have a little look at that, Jacob, in a little minute. I am currently saving the ship because a mountain just exploded right next to it, and we just have got pummeled by shit.
Ah. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm about to get pummeled by the Eternal Guard here, aka the coffin I found. It's why I came to the island like we normally do while we're doing these new segments.
Yes, absolutely. I'm currently just trying to... I'm
sorry for tossing you into hot water, so to say.
Oh god, the fire's spreading. Okay, because it knocked down our mast, and then...
Oh shit.
Yeah, it knocked down our mast, so we stopped, and then it just got completely pummeled after that.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah. But, anyway, so, yes, what was I looking up?
Audio 2 horseback riding side to side on the map.
How long did it take to transverse RDR 2?
Because if this game is actually bigger than Red Dead 2, I'll be surprised. Now, I don't know what game had the furthest that you could ever ride on
30 to 40 minutes.
And this is going to take 2 fucking hours?
Yeah.
In Crimson's Desert?
Yeah, apparently so.
Huh.
Apparently so.
All right. Definitely ambitious. Now the question is, with riding for 2 hours, is it actually going to be a world that's flushed out
That's the
with
problem.
locations in between, or is it just going to be
Says.
empty?
Apparently, everyone says it is. Apparently, it's a really believable, lived-in open world, and apparently, the game plays a lot like Red Dead Redemption 2 in terms of interactions and gameplay. So, like, the game has it. Apparently, the game lands, right? That according to everyone, the game lands. But look,
Right.
it's always good to be cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, definitely have a little bit of suspicion, especially with a developer that has only made, one title thus before, and it was an MMO?
Yeah, it was an MMO. But the MMO, from what I've heard, was actually quite good. So
I've heard the same, but I don't have any experience with it, so I can't really testify if it was true or not.
Exactly. Microsoft again. There is
God damn it.
Microsoft has filed a patent that will use AI to play games for you? It's being labelled as the new way to get unstuck.
Patty.
Yes,
What
Jacob?
the fuck, man?
At the centre of this development is a newly published patent application titled State Management for Video Game Help Sessions. According to the filing, the system is designed to offer a cloud-based help session right when the player starts to struggle. Instead of just showing you a video of someone else playing, the system would take a snapshot of the player's exact progress and what the patent calls help session starting state and load it into the cloud instance of the game. From there, a helper would step in and actually play through the difficult section with their controller inputs being sent back to the player's real session in real time. The patent provides very specific examples of how this would work in practice. For example, in an adventure game where a player is having trouble finding a rare gem, the system would track the repeated failures and detect when they are getting frustrated at the point a large help button will appear on screen, asking if a player wants assistance. If they say yes, the helper named Lucky 7 might be assigned to take over. The helper then finds the gem while chatting with the player to explain how they did it. Once the task is finished, the system detects that the goal has been met and gives the controls back to the player.
This just sounds like a way to, quote-unquote,
cheating!
Play and beat a game without actually doing any of the goddamn work.
Why the hell would I do that? That's the question that I want to ask myself. Why would I want to spend close to $80 for games now? $80. In fact, it is $80.
Especially if they're selling it to you saying, oh, you bought an $80 game, but you don't actually have to play it.
No, why would I want to do that? Why would I want to buy an $80 game for some fucking robot to come in and play the game for me?
If I wanted to have a robot play a game for me, I would ask it to pay me money to sit there and watch it play.
Exactly.
Because I'm not doing that shit for free, let alone paying for it myself.
Exactly.
This is a Cairo robbery.
Exactly. It's... Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't see this working. I can't see it work. It's stupid.
The odd thing is, I can.
No.
The reason why I can see it working, and I hate it already, is because lazy people that do not want to actually get the achievements on the game, and they would rather have a robot do it for them, are going to use this to farm for achievements on video games, and then brag about how many platinums they have or total completions, especially in difficulty ones that might be like platformers or Metroidvanias or etc, etc, etc.
Well, you see, this is what I feared would happen. In the fact that the new CEO of Xbox did come from an AI background.
This is what she's pushing, you think?
I think this is her grand goal to put Xbox on the map again, is to practice with AI. And I don't know, Jacob. I don't know.
I
think
mean, honestly, there's worse things that they could have done with it.
there is.
Not by much.
No, not keyword, not by much. But I don't know, Jacob. I think just what leave AI out of video games.
Would this be solely an Xbox thing, you think, or like?
Well, it's an Xbox patent.
Yeah, I guess they would sue anybody else trying to use it then, because...
They
Well,
would.
actually, I would hope PlayStation wouldn't adapt it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to.
They would.
You know, if it ends up being successful and makes money.
But on the other hand, over to Ubisoft, Jacob.
Sure, go for it.
In which, what is the question that you need to ask when I say about Ubisoft?
Has it burnt to the ground yet?
Not yet. Although the question is, Jacob, what the hell have they done now? But
very well.
it's actually not bad news from Ubisoft. Actually, it's actually good news.
Good news for Ubisoft?
In the fact,
like 1 in a million odds.
It's official, Jacob. Ubisoft has unofficially announced Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag remake, which is going to be an official, from the ground up, complete remake and complete overhaul of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, which is arguably the best Assassin's Creed game out there. It has come from a confirmation because Ubisoft posted a screenshot of it, and by God, it looks beautiful.
And is it coming out for this current gen, I presume?
Yep, it's coming out for current gen and PC.
Well, I look forward to playing it then.
And the official...
Plus, it's not ungodly priced.
The official title is Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag Resynced.
Resync?
Resynced. As in, you know, the Animus...
Resunk?
No, resynced. As in synchronized. You know, the Animus synchronized. And it is concept...
Didn't they get rid of that, though, allegedly?
No, the Animus is still there.
I thought they were getting rid of all the real life.
No, they're getting rid of the modern day stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, and following the success of Resident Evil Requiem, there is now rumors of a Resident Evil 1 remake.
Well, Requiem only came out just not too long ago.
I know.
I'm not surprised that they would make yet another remake with the first one sold so well.
And
well, not first one, but you know what I mean.
Also,
also,
Iron Galaxy, which
Iron
is
Galaxy.
a publisher, a development publisher, have teased a Fallout New Vegas remaster.
Oh! Now that is something that actually interests me for once.
Basically... Oh, wait, no, sorry. Iron Galaxy pours water on the Fallout New Vegas remaster fires by saying, nope, there's nothing here to see. Sorry to disturb the volcanoes, but that's what a BTS look at our company meeting. We use that slide every month and nothing to do with any Fallout. This is okay. Never mind. Nothing to get excited about then. Sorry.
So just them saying it's not actually
basically Iron Galaxy were dicks in the fact that they changed the profile picture on their social medias to a Fallout Please Stand By.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well,
but it could have been dispelling a ruse. It could be creating a ruse, Jacob.
Could be. Companies have been known to do that from time to time.
Exactly. Let me see what else is happening through here. Over to Nintendo, actually.
Oh.
Um,
Okay.
Nintendo has revealed that they are releasing 3 Mario games on the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack.
Huh.
Now,
What games are those?
could it be? I'm about to find out here, but I've got a funny feeling it could be a Super Mario Sunshine game release, a port for that, which is a game I have always wanted to play. So let me see what Mario games is being released. Here we go: Mario Tennis, Mario Clash for the Virtual Boy, and Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Oh,
Huh.
that's it.
Yeah, I've not played any of those, and quite frankly, I don't have much interest.
No, I don't have much interest
If
either.
it was like Paper Mario, I would have actually had a vague hope for that, because I remember that being rather unique amongst all the games that they did make. Oh, obviously a classic Mario Kart one, but aside from that,
Yep, exactly. Next up, Bandai Namco. That has announced a brand new RPG that will feature in a special presentation today, actually. Ooh.
What game did this company previously make? Remind me.
Bandai Namco, they've made loads. Let me see. Bandai
What are they known for then?
Namco. Bandai Namco games. They are known for Little Nightmares, Elden Ring Night Rain, Elden Ring, Blood of Dawnwalker, the Dark
Ring
Souls,
and Nightmares, definitely
they own From Software, Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
So they
Two
have
name
their hands
highlights.
on a lot of fire, so to say.
Cyberpunk. They have their name on the Cyberpunk and the CD Projekt Red lots. They're a game publisher. Divinity Original Sin.
It seems like they've made a lot of good games, like bets on what to publish and what not to. Huh.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Well, what is the new RPG? Although the studios don't forget, it's just like Dragon Ball, One Piece, Bandai Namco. What's the game? Oh, sorry. It's not revealed yet. It's being revealed today in a premiere that hasn't happened yet.
What time do you mean by today?
The
Because for you, the
announcement.
today is about to end, if it hasn't already.
The announcement is Pacific time, 3 o'clock. Count 8 hours from 3 o'clock.
3 p.m. Pacific time. And this is Friday or Thursday?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, midnight. So now, what is the Bandai Namco game? Let me see.
I guess we could pull a later stream than usual if we want to cover that in real time.
Namco. Bandai Namco. That's it. Echoes of Earncrad. It's called.
Echoes of Aircard.
What
the hell's that?
It's a JRPG, it looks like. Like, kind of a wee bit like Persona.
Okay.
Like, kind of like
Zelda
Zelda
obviously
style.
has its fan base, so surely there are people who will like it.
I'm sure. It's, look, I'm not saying it's bad. It looks actually quite cool.
I know nothing about it. I've heard it's a JRPG and the title, and that's it. So I've had nothing to go off of.
Bandai Namco make good games.
Oh, publish good games. They're not actually a developer, they're a publisher, as you clarified.
Let me see. What else is there? Microsoft. More Game Pass unlocks. Don't comment on them. More High Guard bullshit. That's all obsolete now because it's shutting down. Day one. Game Pass. Loads of Game Pass stuff.
I don't have that.
Here's some juicy stuff.
Some what stuff?
Some juicy stuff.
Oh, okay. Bring it on. Let's get the flavor into this conversation street
The
tonight.
God of War creator. So the original creator behind the original between God of War has called the brand new live-action Amazon Prime series so bad in so many ways. And this comes after a poster online of a very young toddler, Atreus, is sitting playing archery next to Kratos, who seems to be taking a shit in the woods. He calls the first look at Kratos and Atreus terrible and bad in so many ways. If you're going to reveal most people with a brand new character that you hope going to carry yourselves for the series so far, for the first time, they really have never seen this before. Hang on. If you're going to reveal to most people a brand new character that you hope is going to carry your series for the first time, and they've never really seen this before, and introduce them in this way, he has called it just looks stupid. Especially the fact that Kratos is actually giving an expression of shitting expression.
I remember seeing the image a few days ago. I don't recall him looking like he was shitting, per se. But he definitely looked like he was confused or confounded and distressed.
Yeah.
And the kind of Kratos that you know from the video games doesn't really make faces like that. They're more like narrowed eyebrows, usually a judging gaze, or one of rage and focus. Not bewilderment and struggling to fathom something, you know?
Exactly.
And even then, from what I understand, child actor for Atreus doesn't really look much like him.
No, he doesn't.
And even the actor they got for Kratos, with keep in mind, obviously you can't have a perfect recreation of Kratos, because he's, a demigod, then God, with literally his physique and everything. But even then, he doesn't look that close.
You can get damn close, so Jacob.
Or a bodysuit or something, but they really just kind of went the all-natural route.
With the lookalikes, you can get damn close. I mean, look at Fallout. Look how well they captured Mr. House.
They did great on Mr. House.
They nailed him. They nailed him. Mr. House was done incredibly. Every single detail in Mr. House was done perfectly. There's no excuse for them not being able to.
One small critique about Fallout, just to go off topic for a moment, they may have nailed Mr. House, but they sure as shit made the ghoul be the smooth skin amongst the show. In terms of how they depicted Walter Goggins. Because ghouls, originally in the lore and everything, are meant to look a lot more fucked up than he does.
I know. Well, it's Walter Goggins. You can't really fuck up Walter Goggins. That's an insult.
Yeah, I suppose so. Anyways, going back to the... you said this is the Amazon Prime version of the Kratos Ghost of Sparta story, or rather the...
Amazon Prime are getting complacent. And they have taken the success from Fallout, and now they're going to try and adapt other games into TV shows.
Well, the thing is, it's probably a different director, probably a different producer, probably entirely different just staff as a whole.
The god of gaming isn't involved. Todd Howard has got nothing to do with this one, because Todd Howard doesn't do God of War. Bollocks.
My thing is, are they actually consulting Santa Was it Santa Monica that made this?
I think they are consulting Santa Monica. I think Santa Monica might have a wee input in it.
But it certainly doesn't seem to be strong enough if this is what they've ended up with.
No.
That, or they just decided to share the worst possible photo they could just to fuck with us.
It is embarrassing. It is embarrassing. It does not look. It does not show Kratos in good light. Put it that way.
Yeah, to say the least.
But moving.
And-
Oh, sorry. What were you gonna say, Jacob?
No. Go ahead.
No, if you had a final comment on this one, I was going to move on.
I
to
was
the
going
next
to
story.
say, if you're going to tell the story of Kratos, you don't need to tell it in the modern, well, the more modern-ish version of it being in Scandinavia, within the realm of
You should start at the
mythology.
start. In Greece.
Yeah, you should start with his origins of how he lost his family, and how he lost his brother in arms, and how he became the Ghost of Sparta, instead of just skipping all that to be, oh, this is a grumpy guy who apparently a demigod, and he has a
fallen
son
god.
that he's trying to raise.
Exactly.
I mean, that sounds a lot more like the plotline of a comedy or sitcom than
Yeah.
it does an actual good grounding story.
Doesn't it?
Now, obviously, it looks fantastic in the game. Doesn't reflect that at all. But for a TV show and the one still image they put out there, I don't think they grasp the seriousness of the story and the tone that it's meant to be portrayed in.
No, it's not. It's sad. It really is sad. I think that it could be a big missed opportunity. I'm going to watch the series. Obviously, I love God of War, but I think they really have done it a dirty wee bit.
They've got the ball thus far, at least from what we can tell.
But
now we just have to find out if it's a total train wreck or if it's just a slight derailment.
yeah, exactly. Well, would you like to know the next story is good news. More Resident Evil Requiem. This game has just flooded the markets this week. In the fact that it has broken a record. In its first week of sales, it has broken the record of a Metacritic score of the highest ranking Resident Evil game of all time, with a 9.5 on Metacritic, with over 3,000 reviews. And this ties, Jacob, with the same score and the similar score to Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Hot damn.
Yep. Yep.
Now the question is it going to win all the same awards that Claire Obscure did? Probably not.
Well, no, because
we'll
Claire Obscure came out in a good year. Claire Obscure came out last year. This year, Resident Evil is coming out with GTA 6. It's coming out with Crimson Desert. It's coming out with Fable. So there's a lot of contenders. This is honestly, I genuinely think that this is going to be one of the best years for gaming we've had in a long time.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
And none of these developers seem intimidated by GTA 6. They're all releasing their games this year. I was expecting it all to be delayed and this being one of the worst years for gaming because they're all intimidated. But none of these games are none of these developers are being intimidated by
Patty,
GTA 6.
You got to keep in mind the people that still play GTA to this day. They are people who are diehard GTA fans in general.
Exactly.
They're going to always play GTA, and sure, well, they might play the shit out of it for a week to get the story done, maybe 2 weeks. I don't think a lot of them are going to play only GTA.
Exactly.
Because they'll play it to get their fix once after the story mode's done on the multiplayer component and to grind away on that, but eventually you'll play out the full campaign of GTA 6. You'll grind on the multiplayer, eventually get bored of it, because people are griefing you, and because it's going to be a pay-to-win shit show to begin with, because that's just how GTA 5 is, and you're going to want another good single-player experience. And what are these other games all going to present you? Exactly that. Crimson Desert, as one key example, is going to be a great single-player experience. Mm-hmm. The Black Flag remaster is going to be a great single-player experience, especially one that is going to be largely based off of nostalgia. And there's another whole handful of other games that are going to be single-player experiences that are going to rival GTA in terms of the story they tell, I imagine. Now, is it going to be as seamless of graphics? Is it going to be this and that GTA will have above it? No, probably not. But is it going to be $100 out the door and as a fucking cash grab and blatant about it? No.
No. Fair enough.
One final comment. I feel like GTA 6 is an insult to the gaming industry, if any. But that's just my hot take.
Do you know what? I agree with you. I actually hope GTA 6 doesn't win Game of the Year. I genuinely do.
I kind of hope it flops.
Yeah.
Or at least I hope that the multiplayer component is so god awfully bad that people play it for only the single player and don't keep with it beyond that. Because I would like Rockstar to make a return to single player games and giving people a good story that is immersive and teaches lessons and builds character and inspires growth and just generally is fulfilling rather than, oh, buy a shark card for 1,000 whatever and purchase the next Bugatti 1500 or whatever the fuck.
I know, that's shit. And it's totally it's irritating. It's actually quite irritating. Rockstar, don't get me wrong, Rockstar are fantastic game developers.
That they are.
They are fantastic. However, they're greedy.
And it is that greed that will be the death of them. Like
Exactly.
with most companies. And, well, as one key example, EA being a generally very shitty company that everyone hates, their gradual death and decline has been because of how just unchecked the greed has been.
Yep, exactly. But sure, we'll see what goes on there. And another story is more on to Ubisoft. Actually, there's rumors that that Ubisoft might be restarting the Watch Dog franchise.
Doing a reboot or remake?
Both. They're going to be starting up the Watch Dog franchise again. I think there is talks about it being a Watch Dog. That's only rumors, but there's going to be a Watch Dogs 1 remaster where it adds in cut content.
Okay.
So maybe finally we will get the E3 graphics that was shown at E3 that year. Do you remember that?
I remember those graphics.
And
it was stellar and stunning.
And then it
the
turned
game
out to be a
came out
render.
and it looked nothing like it.
It looks shit. But
Although the game was still fine, the first one, it had its flaws, but it was
had its flaws.
creative and innovative for a time.
It was very
I
good.
only ended up playing the first one. I never bought the second, and I never got Legion. But the first one left a good impact in my mind, and I thought it was a unique experience for sure. I mean, they could easily reboot the franchise with a remaster and maybe get something going again. From what I know, Watch Dogs 2 wasn't a bad game either. It had a compelling story, at least from what I heard, but at the time I had other games that I was playing, and then by the time I eventually would have bought it, it was so many years old, and it didn't quite grasp my interest anymore, but hey, maybe
Exactly.
it'll find a new chord to be strung by yet another crowd in this day and age. I mean, the original Watch Dogs is how old now? Nearly 10 years old, I think?
Exactly.
Yeah, I know it came out on the early versions of the PlayStation 4, and we're obviously up to the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, S now, so
Exactly.
can at least use a next-gen update.
Oh, absolutely. And our final story of tonight is The Witcher 3 The Witcher 4 gets a release window of 2027.
2027. Any time in 2027?
Nope, just 2027.
That's a pretty big window. It's almost like an entire year.
Isn't it?
Yet again, I mean, other studios have done worse than that. I mean, Bethesda.
Yeah, but knowing the track record of CD Projekt Red, that 2027 release date, 2028, 2029, I would say that realistically is what's going to happen.
Well, hey, at least we can depend upon the inconsistency with the release dates.
Yeah, and I think CD Projekt Red have learned a very, very important lesson after the release of Cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm.
In the fact that release a game when it works.
Not when it's broken.
Because when they fixed the game and it worked, they made what would have been Game of the Year.
Absolutely. But before they did that, it was a blemish on the history.
Exactly. And Cyberpunk
the
will
story was
always
great.
be... The story's brilliant, and the gameplay...
So buggy. So fucking buggy.
The gameplay ends up being really cool as well, but you're right, it was so buggy, it was a broken mess, it was not finished, there was content missing, there was things missing, it was just a mess, all in all.
I remember when I first booted up the game a few weeks after it came out. The city felt dead.
It did?
And all the NPCs had like the same 3 skins on them as well. And just the navigation for them actually, like, quote-unquote, chasing after you or driving after you didn't work at all, or the cops would just spawn out of nowhere, like, right in front of you, 6 feet away, and cause you to crash, and it's just a nightmare.
It was
But
awful.
Hey, it's all been remedied now, and hopefully we won't have those issues with the next Witcher 4.
I think CD Projekt Red definitely learnt a very valuable lesson that day. So I don't think we will ever see the like of that again. Good riddance.
Here's to hope.
And with that concludes the news. That's it. That is what's happened in the gaming industry. A few other stories in there, but it's all just what's been added to Game Pass this month. Nothing too interesting. So it's not as fucked up this week, I don't think, apart from the Xbox AI patent.
Yeah, but hey, let's just hope they don't end up doing anything with that. Although I'm sure they will with the new CEO.
They will. It doesn't bode well for me.
It's not like that Sony patent where you have to get up and jump in front of the TV to get rid of an advert, like I told you about the one time on another previous segment.
Was the most stupidest thing I have ever heard in my life.
Yeah, at least Sony is respectable and will buy a patent they know will be awful just to make sure it doesn't end up getting put out there and become the status quo. Microsoft and Xbox? No, I think they'd rather make things worse if it means possibly getting money.
Well, look what Phil Spencer did to the company. He basically destroyed the Xbox console.
Yeah, and now they're desperately trying to revive it, but
he lost all credibility.
They might be going about it the wrong way.
Starfield is probably going to be the last Xbox game that's going to be released on PlayStation. And after that, they're going to work on sole exclusives.
Oh, that reminds me. Xbox backed out of publishing any of their exclusives on PC.
Really?
Well, if it wasn't Xbox, it was PlayStation, yes. One of them canceled their PC ports for their exclusive games. I forget which, if you want to quickly verify that. I believe so, yes. I think that's a bit of gaming news we actually may have missed, but I remember reading about that earlier today. Now, mind you, it was a headline that came up on Reddit, so take it with a grain of salt.
PC reportedly cancelling ports? Or PlayStation PC ports? Let me see, what are they... Where is the report of the game? What? Ports of Ghosts of Yotai and Saros cancelled. Death Stranding 2. Kinu Scars of Cosmora. Oh no! Not Ghosts of Yotai!
I'm surprised they're cancelling the ports for that one, honestly.
Oh, I wanted to play that!
I mean, Ghost of Tsushima was a great game. I know Ghost of Yotai, it didn't really do anything new with the franchise in particular, but I heard it was still alright, and it was still beautiful, and it was a different, unique story, but it wasn't like innovative, like this is the must-have sequel to the game. So I guess that's why they're not porting it over, because it would be too costly, wouldn't make enough money. Because I remember that while the Ghost of Yotai, it sold okay, it wasn't as fantastic as Ghost of Tsushima in sales. So maybe that's why. I guess they don't think there will be enough interest for it. Or at least not enough profit to make it worth the time.
That's...
Yeah, you gotta keep in mind, if they're pulling off the team that would be working on the port to, move the game over from PlayStation to PC, it's not just a matter of, oh, will they possibly lose money doing the port? In terms of how much it would cost to actually, move it over, but how much money they would lose and what they could be instead doing with that same group in developing or building another game. It's the lost potential of another source of revenue that could be chased. Another game that could be made and possibly see bigger profits. But, it is what it is. And that's just, business,
That's really sad.
Still sucks, though.
Really does suck. It's, that's... Ghosts of Utah is a game I actually do want to play. Though, like I said, I am totally fed up, high hell, with the samurai genre.
Oh, I'm sure, but if there's anything I want to give credit to for Sucker Punch, Ghost of Tsushima was a better Assassin's Creed game than we have had in just about 8 or so years.
It was,
and it wasn't
Ghost
even
of
meant to
Tsushima
be
was
an Assassin's
amazing.
Creed game. It was fantastic, and it was also one of the best, if not the best, samurai-style games that I had ever played as well.
It was.
Even though you weren't really playing as a samurai in it by the end, it was still fantastic.
It
Now,
really was.
Ghost of Yotai, I don't know much about it. Beyond just, it was a continuation of Ghost of Tsushima in terms of the setting and time period, but...
It got very good reviews. But like I said, the samurai genre, I'm pissed off with because
there's just so much of it everywhere.
There's so much of it out there at the minute. Like we already had Assassin's Creed Shadows, Ghost of Tsushima, Rise of Ronin. There's Where the Winds Meet or something. That's also samurai game. It's not great. I'm totally fed up with the samurai, and I just want something different. We need more westerns, I think. Open world western.
It has
RPGs.
been a while since we've seen a good open world western. Thinking about it, but hey, that is kind of Crimson Desert to a degree. It's more like a steampunk western for me.
Fantasy. Crimson Desert's fantasy. It's medieval fantasy. There's knights and shiny armor. There's flintlock pistols, and there's big giant steampunk mechs, and there's like different areas of technology and stuff like it. It's sort of a cross between medieval fantasy and steampunk.
Huh. Still sounds worth its time, but not what I previously thought of it.
Especially when the map's 2 hours to traverse.
No kidding. But hey, it's going to be a lot of content, hopefully.
Exactly. But who knows? I'm really annoyed about bloomin' Ghosts of Utah. I did want to play that game eventually. And on that terrible disappointment, it is time to end. Thank you so much for watching. We will be back on Tuesday with some more Tales of the Unsinkable, where we will actually be playing the game instead of just talking about the news. But until then, we will see you next time. Say goodbye, Jacob.
Adios, everybody. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Adios, everyone. See you next time.